Hey everyone, so here are my 5 tips for beginners and casual players in Torchlight 3. These tips save me quite a bit of time and frustrations in the game. Just a disclaimer, I have not reached the end game as yet, so these tips are when you're starting off or when you're at mid game. So let's get into it. Tip number 1, waypoints. So on my first character, I wasted so much of time because I didn't fully understand how these traveling waypoints worked. It frustrated me to a point where I actually stopped playing the game for a bit. The mistakes I was making was that I would walk, yes, literally walk from one location to the next, and I was wasting time doing this. So this is how I found the system works. You go to your waypoint either at your fort or your town or even that specific area that you are at. Now, this is specifically on the Switch. You know why, right? Because hashtag Switch is life. Fuck. Anyway, press A and you'll be transported there. If for some reason this option does not come up, it means you have not defeated one of the bosses in that area. Therefore, you would need to teleport to a waypoint before or after that specific location that you want to travel to. Tip number 2, skills. On one of my characters, I made a stupid mistake. As you're leveling your character, more skills are opened up at different levels. Being curious, I wanted to try the different skills out. As soon as they opened, I would assign these to one of my allocated keys. Don't do this. And you might ask why. Well, here's the thing. You get one skill point every time you level up. If you assign a skill, it is at the lowest level. As you progress to mid-game, you cannot have your skills at the lowest level. They need to do more damage and give you a lot more oomph or bang for your buck. So what I suggest is you read up on the different skills and spend your skill points to level up your skill or passives that you want your build around. Don't unnecessarily spend skill points that keep your skills at base level. The reason why this is important is that to get your skill points back, you need respectacles. These can be found as you explore, but they're hard to come by. Another option is to buy them, but they are like 2,500 for one. Gold in this game is hard to come by. So do you really want a skill on your set that you hardly use taking up skill points? Well, do you? That's what I thought. Tip number 3, pet storage space. As with other games, there are plenty of loot drops, weapons, and armor. Just know that your pet does have storage space as well. So on your character, you have roughly 20 slots for equipment. And on your pet, you also have the same amount for equipment storage. When you're out on a mission, fill up both spaces before returning. You can always check at your fort on which items you want to equip. In the meantime, just store them in storage. This will save you some time. Using your pet storage space, you can now have double the amount of equipment stored that you can either sell or sacrifice to the skill tree. Tip number 4, the skill tree. Listen, to be honest here, I don't know how much of an impact this makes in the early game. In early game, I could not see much benefit. Maybe in the end game, it will improve and you'll see more legendary drops, but the skill tree is up to you. I thought there would be a much better drop rate of legendaries, but early to mid game there wasn't. But I still went and leveled it up as soon as possible. And there were 2 reasons behind my thinking of doing this. I wanted to use the cheaper weapons and armor to upgrade the skill tree so that I could sell off the better weapons and armor for more gold later on. And why would I need to do this? For the receptacles, of course. So I had the skill tree completely upgraded to 5% just as I reached the second act. Now, whatever equipment I pick up, I just sell them off so that I get gold. Tip number 5, lost pets. Listen, you don't need to go all John Wick when you lose a pet. And by lose a pet, I don't mean they die. I mean, you go to an area and they're nowhere to be seen. They're probably off playing in the pool or something like that. Who knows what pets do? So when you go to a new area, your pet might not be there. So what do? You go all John Wick? No, you're better than that. You go back to your fort, you select the pet that you want, then you continue to your area where your current mission is at. Remember, use the waypoint to get there. I hope some of these tips help you out during the game. I try to keep these videos as short as possible because I know we all value our time and want to be playing more. Thank you though for watching this video. If you liked the video, you might want to like this other video on tips for an amazing RPG chained echoes. Until next time, take care and keep grinding.